Can't stick my tongue in my nose. It just doesn't work, chat. How you guys doing? Welcome to the stream. You guys are having a good evening. Actually, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna go. What's up, chat? Trev's on the big screen. Woo! Could be better to watch your team lose the Stanley Cup. I'm sorry to hear that, racing fan.
Going?
Hi Ripley, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Actually, we gotta go back to this one, otherwise the wheels aren't gonna work. Hold up. Let me just reset the wheels manually here tonight, and then before we start actually using them, guys, I'm just gonna transfer them over to the intermission screen. So let me just add those here. Browser shillers and spin wheel. All right, that one's there. I'm gonna shrink them down a little bit, chat, just so you're aware. All right, browser add spin 100. Shrink that down a bit. Put that one there. Add source, browser source. Mega wheel, add source. That one there. I'm gonna put it over here. And then where's the 10K wheel here? Add source. There, this one. Hello, Chris. What's up, dude? Hi, Haley. How's it going? Welcome to stream. Title is misspelled. Nah. I don't know what you're talking about, man.
You should play some Pet Sim tonight and just check out some of the new changes they made.
Yeah, I don't have time for that, BFER, truthfully. Otherwise I would. Splurfed, what's up? Otherwise I would. That was the plan for the tonight, and then I had to work until like 20 minutes ago. Yeah, had a friend's father's funeral this evening. It's been a thing, man. So truthfully, I'm just kind of didn't even know if I was gonna do this stream, truthfully, for you guys, just so you guys are aware. So yeah, Kangaroo Canadian, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. What's up? So I got some news too, by the way, guys. So I know that some of you guys saw that, like, and heard that, like, I was having these issues with my medicine and stuff, like, can't get it, you know, insurance won't approve it, even though I have authorization for it for a year, and whatever the other crap it may be.
If everything all right, Trev?
Yeah, I mean, everything will be fine. Is the title clickbait? No. I mean, truthfully, I just want to talk with you guys, and we're going to work on some 3D printing stuff. So that, I mean, that's just how it is right now. But yeah, so after yelling, crying, screaming, and just being so furious to the point where you just want to put a hole through the wall with your head, they have finally come to the resolution that this person needs to talk to this person, that person needs to talk to that one, and now we're up like 13 supervisors or something, and finally someone was like, hey, you need your medicine for Monday, but it says that you can't have, like, they won't ship it until like next Thursday, so this is an issue. I was like, no crap, this is an issue, like, we need to figure this out so that I have medicine. And they're like, okay, let me just do some stuff. Click, 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 clicky, clack. And then I get a message that says, your stuff has been scheduled for delivery on the 19th. So, fingers crossed that they actually ship my medicine tomorrow, and then it shows up on Thursday, and then I actually can have it administered on Monday, because I'm starting to lose my mind. I'm thinking about going to a new clinic and getting a second opinion, potentially getting my knee replaced, potentially, seeing what's going on with my elbow and my hip, and trying to just figure that all out, whether it's physical therapy, whether it's replacements, whether it's something. Obviously, I don't want to do that like midsummer, because that, you ruin your whole summer then. You don't get to enjoy or experience any of it. But like these are some things that like are actually truly going on in my life right now, and I just, it's a lot of things, and it's a lot of stuff that I don't typically share with everybody. So like, I'm 27 now. Like they keep telling me like, wait to have your knee replaced, wait, and then like, yeah, I don't know. It's just, it's something. Like, I want to be able to enjoy the rest of my 20s. I want to be able to enjoy my 30s. Like, if I have to, like, get it replaced again in, like, 20 years or 25 years. And, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just such a game to play when you're talking about, surgically going in your body, cutting your bone and you're taking stuff out and putting new stuff in, right? Like, it's just craziness to think that, because I was born with a condition that affects me as it does, that over the course of 10 years, that I am quite literally going to be losing $40,000 to $60,000. People save, that's enough for a good down payment and like, half a house in some places or a quarter house in some places. You know what I'm saying? Like, but no, I have to give it to insurance companies that think that they get to play God, is essentially what it comes down to. So like, these are just things that like constantly go on in my head, and it's like, truthfully, the internet's a great place because I can just come on here, I can vent, and then maybe somebody that's high and powerful sees it, and then they're like, hey, like, actually we're gonna help you, and maybe nobody sees it, but like at least it's out there in the world, right? So like, all that stuff.
You can give that bet sign to someone else. I don't play bet sim.
But yeah, so I mean, like, that's just truthfully like what's happening, what's going on. Like, my mind is always going, and it's just like, it's just 100 miles an hour. Let me read some chats. I apologize. I should get some rest. I really should, Haley, but I mean, it's all right. 3D print your avatar. Eventually I'll get back into printing avatars and stuff. It's just not high on the priority list right now. I want to finish up using the black spool, and then when I get a new one, I can just do that. So there's that. Appreciate that, Kayla. Hi, how you doing? Jonathan, hi, how's it going? Appreciate you stopping in and saying hi. Appreciate it, Haley. Thank you for praying for me. Like, truthfully, it's like, it's just, and it's not even like the money that I'm worried about, Shaky, right? Like, obviously, like, I pay all this money out of my paychecks and all this other stuff. Like, $4,000 specifically out of pocket, plus whatever I pay for medical insurance a year, which, it comes out to be like, what? Say it's $500. No, it's not $500 a month. It's like $300 a month. But $300 a month after 12 months is $3,600 plus the $4,000. So you're looking at $7,200. So you're looking at, over the course of 10 years, it's $72,000. That, like, somebody that doesn't have, that wasn't born with these issues doesn't have to ever worry about. I mean, that's a nice chunk of change that they could put in like an HSA account where they can keep rolling over, and then if they have like a big surgery or they get into a crash and they need flight for life, things like that, they have all that money set aside. You know what I'm saying? Like, but yeah, so it's like, it's something, Let's see. Airstar Jordans, how you doing? Welcome to stream. It's good to see you. All right, sounds good. You're not having a good day? Not gonna lie, I'm sorry to hear that, Jonathan. You're gonna call with him? Okay. Appreciate that, Mr. Crash Out. But yeah, it's crazy. At least you don't gotta worry about Clan Wars. 200 points is well enough, is it? Wolfie, how are you doing, bro? Hope we can hop on Discord and chat one day. I'm just kind of here right now, man. But yeah, I mean, it's frustrating, especially when, you know, you need the medication and then the insurance company thinks that they get to play God, right? Like, this is exactly what happened to my other medicine that stopped working. It was the consistency of not taking it on a scheduled thing, and my body got used to it. Well, if insurance keeps saying, oh, you can't have it this week, but you can have it next week, oh, you can't have it now, but you have to wait 2 weeks, or you have to wait 3 weeks, or you have to wait 5
Trev,
weeks.
I can't stay long,
you know,
because I have to be at work at 10 a.m. But I hope that you do better, and I hope you have a good night, Trev. Get to feeling better.
Thank you, Kayla. I appreciate it. But like, yeah, when it comes down to all that stuff, you know, it's just like, it's just frustrating because, you know, that was some of like the darkest times in my life. Like, you know, I'd go to bed at night and I didn't know if I was waking up the next morning. And, you know, these are things that I don't typically talk about. You know, it's kind of like during COVID, like when I got sick, as somebody that's immunocompromised, and it takes a lot more for me to like recover. You know, I felt like I was cooking from the inside out. And I'm not a very big like religious person, but I was asking the big guy upstairs to make sure that I woke up the next morning. Like, there are days that you just don't know, and there's days that you do know. And truthfully, it's very stressful and it's very scary because you don't know when your last day is gonna be. You don't know, you know, if today, you know, you're gonna feel great and you can make plans for in 2 weeks, and you could wake up that day and you could just feel like absolute garbage. That's the problem. I mean, the issues with limited mobility and everything else is just, it's crazy. Haley says, I know what you're feeling. I don't tell many people about this, but I'm a cancer survivor and I've had to go through so many surgeries in my life. There's a lot of money for that as well. Well, I'm very happy that you've made it so far, Haley. You know, I just hope that you keep on trucking and you just keep trying to smile and you just keep pushing through. You know, there's going to be the resistance every single day, no matter what you do. And I'm truthfully, I'm really proud of you for continuing to push for, you know, doing the streams with Nev and, you know, your own channel and stuff like that. Like, it's just a great thing and a great place. And I'm just know that I'm super proud of you for pushing on even in the hardest of times. And, you know, even when it might seem and feel hopeless, you know, you know. Jonathan says, I stepped on a nail and it feels like part of my foot broke. Hurts to move my toes and walk. I betcha. I'm sorry to hear that, Jonathan. I hope it feels better soon, dude. You can relate with the insurance stuff. When I ruptured my ACL in January, I couldn't get surgery for 1 month because the insurance said it wasn't a priority surgery, right? And that's the thing. Like, who's to say that that's not priority, you know? And who's to say that, like, does that make sense? Like, what makes them qualified as insurance providers to be able to say, like, hey, you're not important enough to us, and you're not worth the money. I know that you pay us, you know, thousands of dollars, which I know that they pay out more than when I pay them, but like, that's the whole point of insurance, you know. It truthfully just feels like a scam a lot of times because they get to dictate, you know, whether, you know, how much money you get, where you can go, things like that. Well, you know, if this guy has just had 8 botched surgeries and is being charged for malpractice, I don't want to go see them. I want to go see somebody that's reputable. I want to go see somebody that, you know, knows what they're doing and has 100 successful surgeries, you know, things like that. What's up, Pies? Are you LGR? What does that even mean, man? I'm just quite literally, I'm just talking, man. But yeah, I mean, it just is what it is, you know. Oh, your pop-up didn't pop up because I don't have a thing. Hold on, give me 1 second. Canadian Kangaroo. Thank you so very much for that, though, dude. Guys, we need a hashtag. We need a hashtag Kangaroo Canadian going on. BFVR, that's not gonna work for you. So I can work for you, man. It's a mod only command. Where is my alert box here? Add alert box here. Then we're gonna replay it. Thank you so much, dude. Sucks at times are rough. It truly does. I mean, truthfully, I mean, I just went from 8 weeks down to 6 weeks because between that 6 and 8 week mark, I was getting to the point where, it hurt to get up, it hurt to move, it hurt to do a lot of things, But I just know that I super appreciate it. Like, truthfully do. I really do. And honestly, I keep my sanity, thinking about, like, I might get busy and stuff, right? But like, for you guys to just, be here and just, listen to me vent and chat and like all this other stuff, just know that it helps me mentally to be able to like disclose this, because for like the first 10 years that I had this condition, I didn't want anybody to know, because I truthfully thought that everybody would see me as like this person that wasn't up to standards, this person that has an issue, and they look at me like, oh, I'm gonna give them this disease, which you can't do. It's something you're born with. It's something that develops within your body. So there's that, and it's frustrating and it sucks at times, but it is what it is, but yeah, so I'm not really, yeah, I really hope things better. I'm sorry for everything.
The
Just know you're
FVR was
a
able
great
to
guy.
reset the wheel. Double check that, please.
What do you mean he was able to reset it? It would have given a prompt that he was able, that he reset the wheel, Cindy, and the prompt never came up, and they never disabled and re-enabled. I mean, I can double check it for sure. Hi Lost, how you doing, dude? It did come up. It doesn't show on my end at all. It shows that he did the command. Huh. Okay. Let me take a quick look. I wonder if it also did that, but it didn't actually work because of, for whatever reason. Huh, look at that. It did clear. It's been updated. It should be fixed now, guys. But it didn't do anything on this one because we're on the intermission scene and not the live scene. So nothing should have actually taken, Pi. Chat, look away. Pi, get out. So yeah, I mean, truthfully, I mean, that's just what it, what's up. So I don't have the patience or anything like that for idiots to be here. I don't have any patience. So truthfully, if you're here to troll, if you're here to be an absolute dink, you're gonna be banned, and I have zero regrets for doing it. I have zero regrets. It's my channel. It's something that I've built, and it is, truthfully, if you don't like it and you don't want to watch this is stuff that I go through on a daily basis. So no, it's not go talk to a therapist. It's get the out of my chat. And that's just how it is. So I apologize if that offends anybody, but truthfully, that's how it is. If you don't like it, you don't have to be here. But those of you that are here, just know that I super appreciate you. Okay, let's kind of get into this now that I've kind of vented and done all that other crap. So, all right, so we're gonna go into we're gonna rip Octa up here. And I appreciate you guys too. Just know that, you know, it might be me just being upset and, you know, everything, my body lighting itself on fire from the inside out, but I'm being 100% truthful with you guys, and I'm being real. And if you can't handle the real, this isn't the place for you. Because guess what? This is my life, and I'm gonna live it to the best of my abilities. And for all the trolls, I hope your pillow is warm on both sides, and I hope your air conditioner goes out on a 105-degree day. Have a great day. All right, so I'm gonna stick my hand in here. Ooh. So we're just gonna steal the print right now. And then we're gonna go back to intermission. So this is the Axolotl that we printed last night, guys. Let's see if I can't focus a little bit better. Anything? It might be better. Maybe. It might be a little grainy yet, but so yeah. So then there's this. So Ripley, this is basically what's gonna happen once you print a model, and then with this plate, it's flexi. So I don't know if you guys can hear it, but essentially you just kind of get underneath the edge. I printed this with a brim, stupidly, because it was just, I had it set to auto brim, and I shouldn't have, because brims aren't great for this, with this plate, because everything sticks to it, so it's gonna be a little rough getting this one off, but and truthfully, you're actually gonna get a putty knife with it, or like a whatever knife, whatever you want to call it, but basically you're gonna get up underneath it. And then we're gonna get that there. What's up, little dude? How you doing? Yeah, so I'm gonna get rid of this here. And then, so here is our axolotl that we printed out. And then essentially all you do, it's gonna be a little gross on this one. Again, I shouldn't have printed with a brim, but I did. What was it glitchy? Oh, why was it glitchy? Because the camera that's inside the printer that you guys saw is very low frames. So like what I'm shooting in right now is 60 FPS, where that camera only runs 5 to 10 FPS. I need to put a new camera in it, but it is what it is. But essentially it's gonna be more tough right now. And that's why it also comes with these nice pair of clippers here. At least it was either this one or the last one. Essentially you can just start ripping off the brim with them. It helps to keep your fingers intact so you don't accidentally cut yourself, but yeah, essentially we just keep ripping everything little by little off of here. But you can see at the bottom, it's still a solid piece where it shouldn't have been, which I can, I'll show you guys how we can just disable that when we start the next print. So there's that. All right. But you can already see, even without with some of the like this extra support material on the bottom of it, you can still see that it's printed nicely and it can still move. But it's just, again, it's just gonna take extra time. If I wouldn't have printed with a brim, it would have basically just snapped it off the build plate and it would have been great. But I mean, it is what it is. It's not the end of the world. Pretty sure that was Chris Everdono. I'm happy about it because it goes through. Hey, appreciate it, man. I super appreciate it. That's awesome. What's up, Bubby? How you doing, man? Yeah. So it's, I mean, it's just a lot going on in chat. A lot of stuff, a lot of unknowns, a lot of things that, you know, most people don't have to deal with that I do, so. But having that nice tech background and being able to do things that other people, you know, probably, you know, not necessarily that they can't, but, you know, being more proficient in it and with the technology it helps me, and it's a little bit nicer when it comes down to like work and things, so. Which I need to actually, I'm not gonna talk about that right now, because can't really do that because of NDA and stuff, but yeah, like, don't get me wrong, like, there's still parts and pieces in here that I could keep trying to peel off, but it's just gonna take a while. And truthfully, this will be good enough for a little piece that I'll set on a desk or somebody will fidget with or whatever, you know.
Trev, hate to tell you, but Kangaroo Canadian hit the gritty space.
Oh no, please tell me that's not true. Want 3D printer to make polymer clay cutters? You want a 3D printer to make polymer clay cutters? I'm not really sure what a polymer clay cutter is, if I'm being completely honest with you. So, truthfully, I mean, feel free to let me know. Oh, here's a big chunk that you can get out of there. Hey, essentially you just keep going through and you just keep cutting and pulling off the support material, and it'll be great. But again, it's not, like I said, it's not the end of the world. And honestly, if I wanted to sit here for, I could probably sit here for an hour picking at this, trying to get, you know, every last little piece of the brim off and things like that, but it's just not worth it. It's functional enough as is, you know. So, I mean, this is all print in place. I mean, he moves, he's a cool little axolotl guy, truthfully. Alright. There you guys go. My little makeshift gritty. And honestly, this is gonna just drive me a little bit more crazy, just knowing that there's pieces stuck on here that I don't want to get off because of time purposes and the mess I'm gonna make. But I'm still gonna keep picking at it a little bit here, but I shouldn't. Oh, there was a nice chunk. I don't know if you guys probably can't even see it with me working on it down there, but like around the foot, like all like the webbing in this foot. There's also a new game that's coming to Roblox from Bloxbyte Games. It's called Cooked, and I'm just honestly like really excited for it. It's from the Bloxbyte team, which I've been partnered with for a number of years now, since Ghost Sim came out, essentially. And it's just always been a great team. Some of the people that used to be with the team are no longer with the team, unfortunately. But I'm really lucky to have, you know, good contacts and supports over there. So yeah, it's nice, chat. It's nice. Yeah, if you guys haven't already, make sure to smash that like button. I don't have the source up right now. Hold on, wait for it. Wait. Media file, add. Boom. Holy cow. Why is it so big? It's supposed to just be something there. Yeah. Remember Ghost Sim? Ghost Sim was so fun. Oh, that's really cool, Lost. colleagues automotive group has a Modix Big 180X, which is a 3D printer made for printing car parts. It's really cool. I can't. Truthfully, I can't, right? Like, it's just not in the cards. BFVR, because you won't be able to still activate them because the commands are active through the live scene, not the intermission scene, which we're in right now. I would have to create a whole, I'd have to basically duplicate all commands to run within this scene, which would take a while, honestly. Truthfully, Ripley, the first thing that you should print is just a Benchy. Just a Benchy to make sure that all your tolerances and stuff are good and you have the correct temperature and things like that for your plastic. And then it'll basically tell you and show you like how in tune your printer is. So yeah, so here's the little axolotl guy. And then I don't know if it's still in here or not. It doesn't look like it is. It's probably out in the kitchen because I was using it for food, but I have like a little torch that I use to like clean up any like rough or sharp edges on here. So and then I basically torch it to clean up and melt any like little fibers and things around the edge that you may cut your fingers on. So that's that's where we're going with right now. So here's a little axolotl guys chat. Hope you guys enjoy them. But we will switch back over to it. How much is a 3D printer? It depends, man. I have one that I paid $150 for, I have one that I paid $500 for, and I have this one that I paid $450 for, and each one has been better. The first one was just a little non-enclosed. It only printed about like a 4" by 4", and then my next one, it went up to 13 inches by 13 inches by 13 inches, but it never stuck to the bed, and there was like leveling issues and stuff with it, and I built that one basically from scratch. And then this one came in a box, fully built, ready to go. And that one will print, what, like 10 inches by 10 inches by 10 inches? Like, so I could print a big, like, a big die, you know? Things like that, so. I thought that was a lizard. No, you're fine. It's an axolotl, Low Racing Fan. Definitely message you when I get to print, probably sit in a call while setting up. Yeah, that's fine. I'm able to print different colors of things on the 3D printer. Yeah. Yes, I can, Nev. So this one, it can only print one solid color. There are printers out there that have like an AMS, or I don't remember exactly what it stands for, but it's automatic mechanism system or something like that. And essentially it holds 4 colors per stack, and it stacks up to 4 of those, so you can have 16 different colors, and then basically they all feed into one tube, and then mid-print, so like if you wanted to color like the eyes, it would retract. When it got to the eye part, it would retract the filament, and then it would put the new filament in, it would print that part, would retract, and then put the other one back in. So there's that. But mine can only do one color at a time. So like here is one singular roll of filament, and this is a half silk rose red and half sky blue 1.75 millimeter filament. This is 1 kilogram or 2.2 pounds. So 3D printers are insane. They quite literally can do everything. You have like 20 suggestions for my printer. Oh boy, Chris, that's scary. So this one though, it prints half blue, half red all at the same time, but that's because of how the filament is. I also have another one that does like a green blue, I think. And then there's also different types. There's ABS, there's nylon, there's ones I believe that can even do like, is it aluminum and things like that. So there's a lot of different filaments that you can do. PLA is just the easiest to work with from what I've done. Everything isn't like, if you need like a heavy duty part that's going to go into a machine, you just change your infill and stuff like that. And if it's not, tough enough with this, and you need like flexibility, or you need more brittle, things like that, like lynch pins and or not lynch pins, but is a lynch, maybe it's a lynch pin, whatever. A shear pin is what I'm trying to talk about. I mean, you probably want to go with more of like an ABS and things like that. Something that's going to hold, but it'll give away at a certain time. All right, later, little dude. See ya, Bubby. Have a good evening. But yeah, so there's a lot of different stuff. Like, truthfully, chat, I mean, I've got a ghost white. I got the blue and purple, the blue and red. I've got a green. Actually, this one's multicolor, I think. This one is like 3 different colors of green, but instead of being spliced together, it's like sections. So like it'll start off as like a light green, it'll get a little bit darker as it goes around, and essentially you're gonna have like a big spiral pattern in it. We got a, what the heck? Polymer clay cutter is like a cookie cutter, but smaller for jewelry making. Thank you so very much for telling me that. I apologize if you said that before and I missed it. That's my bad. Super appreciate the dono though. You never have to do it. Don't feel like you have to ever donate, but just know that I super appreciate it, and from the bottom of my heart, thank you so very much. Guys, let's get a hashtag ZMomZ shout out and train going in the chat. It'd be super awesome, you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You didn't have to do that, but I super appreciate it.
Trev, tomorrow can you play the new Fortnite update please? There is a new gamma mode that will be 5-minute long matches, and throughout the next month they will add old weapons, mythics, and medallions.
I don't know, BFR. It really depends on my work schedule is what it comes down to, because it's going to be a busy week. Tomorrow's Wednesday, so I'm going to be working Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then I don't know what's going on this weekend yet. I was thinking about going to the camper. I'm not really sure if I can at this point in time or not, but that was my hope, since I haven't been up there in about 3 weeks. I also have this blue. As we can see, the cat chewed on it and has let all the air in, so I'm really hoping that it didn't absorb any moisture. And I'm hoping the silica gel packet that's in the middle has done its job in keeping the air out, because that really sucks. If it gets liquid in it, it basically expands and it clogs in the hot end, and that's not any fun. So I typically keep, 5 or 6 spools on hand, so 10 to 15 pounds worth of filament, and things like that. So it's just something that I do. Some animals, man, I know, Ripley, right? It's crazy. I was gonna say this one too, but I think this was the black that was in the. Yeah, this has got to be the black that was in the spool. I've got. And typically when you order filament too, it's cheaper to buy it in bulk. Or if you find a good deal, you buy a couple spools here and there, so it doesn't cost you $500 when you go to print something. So it's fun. It's fun. Don't get me wrong, it can get expensive, but if you know how to 3D model and you can do stuff like that, you can. I see a lot of people on TikTok that they make dragons and eggs and they put them together and they put them in there, and it's great. You're an animal? What do you mean? What do you mean you're an animal, Chris? You're shaved tomorrow? Playoffs are over, so the beard and my mustache are gone. Oh no, dude, no. Alright, I'm gonna switch back to the live scene. Watch this. Hi guys, I'm tiny now. So we're gonna go through, and it's now after midnight, guys, so we're gonna get another print started. We'll see exactly how this all works. Let's find just a simple one. Most stuff that comes off of Thingiverse is not licensed to be sold, but you can print it for your own personal use and stuff like that. You just gotta find stuff. A lot of places like